Most leadership advice is designed to make you feel good. Machiavelli's isn't, and that's why it still works 500 years later. It's the secret operating system behind empires, corporations, and the most influential figures in history. Forget what you've been told about being a nice leader. Today, we're unlocking the 8 principles of power that Machiavelli said would outlive every kingdom, every CEO, and every trend. This isn't about being evil. It's about understanding the brutal, unfiltered reality of human nature, authority, and influence. This is leadership without illusions. Are you ready to see how the world really works? Let's begin with the first, and perhaps most critical, principle. Control perception or be controlled. People don't follow what is true. They follow what they believe is true. The narrative is the battlefield. The story you tell about your company, your team, your mission, and yourself is more powerful than any fact or figure. If you don't define your own story, your rivals will define it for you. They will paint you as weak, incompetent, or irrelevant. A true leader masters the art of the narrative. They don't just report reality, they shape it. Think of a founder who doesn't just sell a product, but sells a vision of a better future. They aren't just selling code, they're selling hope. They control the perception, and in doing so, they control the outcome. They become the author of their own destiny, while others are merely characters in a story written by someone else. The question is, are you writing your story, or is someone else writing it for you? This leads us to the second principle. Reward loyalty, but manage fear. The classic question is it better to be loved or feared? Machiavelli's answer is radical. It's a false choice. A masterful leader uses both. Love, in the form of loyalty, respect, and reward, inspires your people to go above and beyond. It builds a foundation of trust and commitment. But loyalty alone is fragile. It can waver when times get tough. That's where fear comes in. Not terror, but the fear of consequences. The fear of letting the team down. The fear of mediocrity. It's the understanding that standards are high and failure to meet them has repercussions. Love inspires people to climb the mountain with you. Fear prevents them from deserting you when the climb gets hard. A leader who relies only on love will be taken advantage of. A leader who relies only on fear will face rebellion. The true art is in the balance, knowing when to extend a hand and when to show your teeth. You use each when it serves the mission. This isn't about manipulation. It's about creating a high-performance environment where excellence is rewarded and complacency is not an option. Now for a principle that feels counterintuitive in our age of radical transparency. Never reveal your full intentions. Mystery is a weapon. When your allies and rivals know your every thought, your every move, they can predict you. And if they can predict you, they can counter you. A leader must maintain an element of unpredictability. Clarity is for plans and instructions, not for your deepest motives or long-term strategy. By keeping your ultimate goals shrouded, you keep your options open. You force others to react to your actions, not your intentions. It creates a psychological advantage. People will spend their energy trying to figure you out, while you are free to execute your plan. Think of a chess grandmaster. Do they announce their checkmate strategy on the third move? No. They make calculated moves, each one serving a hidden purpose, until the final, decisive strike is undeniable. Your team needs to know the next step, not the final destination. This gives you the flexibility to adapt without appearing inconsistent. It keeps your rivals guessing and your allies focused on the task at hand. The most powerful person in the room is often the one whose next move no one can predict. This brings us to a harsh but necessary truth. Eliminate weak links quickly. Conflict avoided becomes conflict multiplied. A single underperformer, a toxic personality, or a disloyal team member is not just a small problem. They are a cancer. They drain energy, kill morale, and sow doubt. Many leaders hesitate. They hope the problem will fix itself. They want to be nice. But Machiavelli warns that this hesitation is a fatal error. A small threat, left unchecked, will grow until it destabilizes the entire structure. A leader's job is not to be liked by everyone. It's to protect the mission and the health of the collective. This means making hard decisions swiftly and decisively. It's like a surgeon removing a tumor. The act is painful and direct, but it is necessary to save the patient. The momentary discomfort of removing one weak link is far less damaging than the slow, agonizing decay of the entire team. A founder who quickly restructures a failing department, or a manager who decisively parts ways with a toxic employee, isn't being cruel. They are being responsible. They are sacrificing one part to save the whole. Delay is not kindness. It is a failure of courage. Now, let's explore the duality of leadership with principle number 5. Appear virtuous, act strategically. This is one of Machiavelli's most misunderstood ideas. It's not about being a hypocrite. It's about understanding that your public image and your private actions serve two different purposes. Your image, your reputation, must inspire trust, loyalty, and confidence. You must appear fair, honest, and reliable. This is the foundation upon which your influence is built. People need to believe in you as a virtuous leader. However, behind the scenes, your actions must be purely strategic, calculated to secure advantage and ensure survival. Sometimes, the strategically correct move might not look virtuous in isolation. You might have to make a tough bargain, a ruthless cut, or a politically charged decision that serves the greater good, but could be misconstrued. The key is to ensure your actions serve the long-term mission, while your public persona remains a source of inspiration. Your image is for the world. It builds your social capital. Your actions are for the mission. They secure your victory. The mastery lies in ensuring your strategic actions never permanently shatter your virtuous image. The 6th principle addresses a common trap for powerful leaders. Build systems, not dependence. An empire built on the shoulders of one person is destined to collapse the moment they stumble. A company that relies entirely on the founder's genius will stagnate and die when they leave. True, lasting power isn't about making yourself indispensable. It's about making yourself redundant. A great leader doesn't create followers who need them for every decision. They create other leaders and build robust systems, processes, protocols, and cultures that function flawlessly, even in their absence. Your goal is to build a machine that runs itself. This frees you up to focus on the next horizon, the next great challenge, instead of being bogged down in daily operations. It's the difference between being a micromanager and being a true visionary. When you build systems, you are building a legacy. When you build dependence, you are only building a monument to your own ego, a monument that will crumble to dust the moment you are gone. Ask yourself, if you disappeared tomorrow, would your team, your company, your project continue to thrive? If the answer is no, you haven't built an empire. You've only built a job for yourself. This ability to build systems is powered by the 7th principle. Understand human nature deeply. You cannot lead people if you do not understand what drives them. And what drives them, according to Machiavelli, is not grand ideals or selfless virtue, but a predictable cocktail of fear, greed, self-interest, and the desire for security and recognition. This isn't a cynical view. It's a realistic one. If you can predict how people will react emotionally, how their self-interest will guide their decisions, and what they secretly fear, you can predict outcomes. You can anticipate betrayal before it happens. You can craft incentives that actually work. You can frame your vision in a way that aligns with their deepest desires. A leader who ignores human nature is like a sailor who ignores the tides. They will be constantly surprised, frustrated, and pulled off course by forces they refuse to understand. But a leader who masters this understanding can navigate the most complex social dynamics with ease. They know when to appeal to someone's ego, when to address their fears, and when to align with their ambitions. They don't just react to behavior. They architect it. Finally, we arrive at the 8th principle, the one that ensures survival in a world of constant change. Adapt faster than your rivals. The leader who evolves first wins. Every shift in technology, in the market, and the political landscape is not a threat. It is an opportunity. While others are clinging to old methods, paralyzed by uncertainty, the Machiavellian leader sees the new landscape and immediately moves to claim the high ground. They are not loyal to tactics. They are loyal to victory. They are willing to abandon a successful strategy of yesterday if it is not the winning strategy of tomorrow. This requires discipline, a lack of sentimentality, and a relentless focus on the future. The world does not reward those who are right. It rewards those who are effective. And effectiveness requires constant adaptation. Your rivals are studying you, learning your playbook. The moment you become predictable, the moment you stop evolving, you become a target. The ability to pivot faster, to learn quicker, and to act more decisively than the competition is the ultimate competitive advantage. It is the engine of all enduring power. So there you have it, the 8 principles that form the timeless core of Machiavellian leadership. Control perception, balance reward and fear, conceal your intentions, eliminate weakness, appear virtuous while acting strategically, build systems, understand human nature, and adapt faster than anyone else. These rules aren't comfortable. They challenge our modern ideas about collaborative, transparent leadership, but they expose the raw mechanics of influence that have governed human interaction for centuries and continue to do so today in boardrooms, political arenas, and every corner of society. Once you understand these laws, you stop reacting to the world like everyone else. You start to see the hidden currents of power, and you begin to lead with a new level of clarity, certainty, and precision. The world hasn't changed. The tools are just different. If this shifted how you see leadership, let us know in the comments. We're curious to know which principle resonated with you the most. Share this with someone who is ready to level up their influence, and be sure to subscribe for more insights into the strategies that shape our world. Thanks for watching.